What's up, everybody? Rocky Top Picker. Good to be back with you. And I've been away for a couple of weeks. Had the issue with my knee. Things are going a lot better now. So I'm glad you're here. And this video is going to be like many others that you find here on YouTube. It's going to have a lot of opinions, some advice based on my experience in the reselling business, particularly this year. And if you can tell by the thumbnail and the title, we're going to talk briefly about sell-through rate and why you should not always count on buying items with a high sell-through rate. Now, it's been said and it's been proven that if you go out and source items and you look it up while you're at a sale or wherever you're sourcing your items from, if you find that it has a high sell-through rate, your chances increase dramatically. You're going to be moving that item quickly. That's been established. But I can also tell you, and I have to thank Texas Gal Treasures for this information because I watched a video that she did about F the high sell-through rate. So I grabbed her in, I got inspiration from her video to do this one. So if you've not checked out Texas Gal Treasures, go over here on YouTube and click on her channel, hit the like and subscribe to her videos and her channel. But I want to thank her and give her proper credit for this. But I also happen to agree with everything that she said in that video. So I can put the link down below to that video of hers that you can go click on and give that a look-see. Okay, so we're talking about sell-through rate, and typically history has shown if you focus on items with high sell-through, it'll sell quickly more than likely. Well, my experience is going to be different. So for those of you that are sensitive, you might want to just go ahead and click off this video because I'm probably going to go against everything that you're thinking uh, when it comes to high sell-through rate, low sell-through rate, and whatnot. So I'm going to give you that warning. And by the way, I'd like to hear your comments after you watch this video on your thoughts on high sell-through rate and any other comments that you have to my dialogue that I'm going to be sharing with you in just a moment. So high sell-through rate, I beg to differ. It is not always a guarantee that it will sell quickly for you, because I'm going to show you, if you stick around to the end of this video, I'm going to show you a lot of items just within the last month or so that I have sold that have been old stock that I've had. And what do I mean by old stock? Anywhere from 90 days to over a year old that I've had in my store on eBay. So I have methods that I have done to move those items. And because they didn't have a high sell-through rate, I used these other methods and now they've been selling. So from this chair and from maybe yours, depending on what area you live in, high sell-through rate items is not always going to be a guarantee. You may live in an area where it's hard to source a lot of these items that have a high sell-through rate. So that would be challenge number one right there, your ability to find said items at the high sell-through rate. That would just leave you, well, with everything else. So another thing you have to think about when talking about dealing with items with a high sell-through rate is you've got to think, well, information, number one, travels lightning fast these days, and I don't have to tell you that. But when word gets out, if you watch a lot of YouTube and a lot of sellers show stuff that's selling fast, or a new item or a bolo comes onto the scene, oh, I didn't know that you could get that kind of money out of this item. What does everybody do? Everybody sucks and gravitates to that item or that category. And all of a sudden, what may have had one or two items listed on eBay one day, you go back a few days later and now there's over 1,000 sellers got that same item listed, because information travels fast and everybody jumps on the bandwagon. And that's with just about anything in life. I've been a business owner for a long time, self-employed since 2008. I've started and operated and owned a lot of these businesses of my own for years. And I remember when I first jumped into the food truck business in the area that I live in about 10 years ago, there was only two food trucks that would travel the East Tennessee area or the immediate 30 or 40-mile circumference area that I live in. So when I got into the food truck business, I was one of three. Then as time went on and people learn and catch on, well, hey, they must be making good money. They're going to jump into that. So here we are. It's been about 15 years later, or a little bit less than that. And now there's probably hundreds of food trucks in my area. They're parked everywhere, gobs of them. So the same can be said about high sell through rate. Number one, high sell through rate does not guarantee a quick sale. Number two, why? Why does it not guarantee a quick sale? Well, if that particular item in that particular category is flooded, you have a ton of competition. That's why. So I think if you focus on the lower sell through rates, the more unique, hard to find items. Now, this is just speaking for me. You're going to move these items a lot quicker. People, when you're shopping online, you go to Amazon, let's say, and you're looking for a specific thing. Okay. Well, so are all the other buyers out here in the world. It's a game of chance and it's a game of all about timing. Let's say that you got this widget and there's only like 10 or 12 of them on eBay and one hasn't sold for over 90 days. Well, if you've got a particular color widget that buyer is looking for, it's going to sell pretty quick. So it's all about timing when we sell these items online, no matter what it is. We have to wait for that right buyer to come along that'll pull the trigger to make the sale. So don't get me wrong. I'm not telling you don't buy items with a high sell through rate. That's not what I'm saying. What I am saying, though, is that if you have a high sell through rate item that you're looking at a sale or the bins or Goodwill or a thrift store, and you're able to comp that out and look at how many are actively listed. And I remember going into Goodwill a few days ago, I found an item and there was 1.3 million of them for sale on eBay. Okay. Now the sell through rate was less than 50%, a little less, but I didn't buy it because the pricing was all over the place. You can hem yourself up into, wow, I bought this item. The lowest for this item is $8. The highest is $100. Where do I fall into this? And there's lots of prices all in between. So you can really hem yourself up into a pocket if you're not careful. So what I'm suggesting to you is this. Number one, high sell through rate does not guarantee a quick sale. Number two, when you're dealing with high sell through rate items, you're also dealing with a lot more competition in most cases. You just have to, it depends on the category you're in and what the item is. You have to do your own research to determine that. But for me personally, I don't pay much attention to high sell through rate. I find those unique items that are hard to find, that when I do my comps on an item, if there's less than 50 of them on all of eBay, and there's been several selling pretty consistently, I mean, like once a month, twice a month, it doesn't have 100% sell through, I'm going to pull the trigger on that item. But anyway, I'm going to drive this point into the ground. But anyway, the bottom line is you run your business and what works best for you. Now, you tell me by leaving a comment down below your thoughts on this particular subject. And we're going to cut to show you some items that I've sold within the last few weeks that do not have a high sell through rate. But part of the reasons why they sold finally is I would run a markdown sale anywhere from 10 to 15 to 20 to 25%, or Also, in conjunction with that, I end and sell similar just about every single day. When you end and sell similar, I've done a video on that particular subject, how ending and selling similar will increase your sales. I will put a link down below to that video if you have not watched it. It makes a difference daily in my business and what I'm doing with the products and items that I have. So you want to go check that out. So in the meantime, I'm going to cut to some slides. I'm going to show you items that at least are 90 days up to over a year old that have sold because of sending offers, markdowns, and end and sell similar. Thanks for sticking around, and we'll check you on the next video, a bulk buy video you're going to love, so don't miss it. Check out these items.